Curious what you can do to highlight certain features within your home? Stick around as I answer that in the question of the day. What's going on, guys? Matt in the hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the hot list. I come to y'all Monday through Friday, each and every week around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We hang out and talk real estate. We talk properties new to the market with recent price reductions or something unique about the property that I want to share with y'all and want y'all to know. I also answer a question of the day that is submitted by a listener of the show. And to find out how you can either become a sponsor of the week or answer and submit a question for the show, all you got to do is stick around and hang out. As you guys are jumping into this, if you're catching this live on Facebook or watching the replay, just let me know with either hashtag live or hashtag replay. For YouTube out there, thank you guys for stopping by, supporting the channel. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, help me out, as well as subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notifications so as I bring new videos, new content, and new properties, you guys can come here and take a look. So the property we are talking about today, newly listed, and the address is 19 South Kahola Road in Council Grove. If that sounds familiar, that is right in the vicinity of a private lake, which is Lake Kahola in Council Grove. It is a fantabulous lake, very beautiful, very amazing. Just closed another deal on that lake about 3 weeks ago. And with that, I also have this listing as well. So this is a 3-bed, 1-bath house. It has 1,995 square feet of finished space, currently listed for $550,000, courtesy of me and Keller Williams Diamond Partners. So this is about one and a half stories because it's got a main level as well as a loft. This home is about 2 years old, and it's got 3 beds, 1 bath on the main level. Like I mentioned, a loft that's about 25 by 20 in the upper area. Very, very open. Leads right into the kitchen, dining room, living room area from the loft. You get a great view, and it's absolutely awesome. With the cabin, the main entrance is to the south. So it does have 2 covered decks, one that faces east and then one that faces north towards the lake. The dock is a composite dock, and what the seller really did with this, when the lake was lowered a couple years ago and drained, he actually took the time to dig out around his dock. So most docks are going to be between 3 to 6 feet deep if you're lucky. His is about 11 feet deep at the end of the dock. So he's got one of the deeper docks on the lake, which is very unique and definitely worth it. What he has also done, based on the limits of what Kahola has, because it's a smaller lake, so you can have up to a 24-foot boat out there, he's put and installed a boat lift out there that will lift 7,500 pounds. So any boat that meets the restriction for Kahola can be lifted on there. If you do have a pontoon, you would need a different style lift because it's obviously a different style boat. What he has also done with this as well to help reduce some erosion, he has poured and built a new seawall. It's got a new patio, huge fire pit ring out there, and it is absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys click on the link because you are not going to want to miss this house. So click on the link. It'll take you right to the property while it's available, and you can check it out for yourself. Before I get to the question of the day, I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is Kofelt Sign Company. You can visit them at kofeltsigns.com or click on the link in the description, take you right to their website so you can see what all they offer as far as services, the type of equipment that they offer, and make sure that you check out the gallery for signs, for awnings. They do vehicle lettering, they do vinyl graphics. It's just absolutely amazing what they do, and they do it all. So make sure that you click on the link in the description so it'll take you to their website. You can see for yourself if you have thought about getting a sign or doing some type of a vinyl graphic. Make sure that you give them a call. All you got to do, call 620-343-6411 and speak with somebody there. They can get you set up and get the ball rolling for you. If you're a small business or business owner interested in more information about becoming a sponsor of the week, wherever you're listening to this at, all you got to do is just drop it in the comments. We will have a conversation, see if you are a good fit for being a sponsor and supporter of the hot list, and we will move forward with that. And now the question of the day, which, as you guys know, my favorite part of the day, or of the show, because this is where I not only get to share and educate with you, the listeners, but also with doing some of these, because I don't have the answer to every question that is asked. Some of these do take some research and take me some time to do. So that's what I love about it as well, because you guys ask, I answer, I educate you as well as myself by doing this. So I love that. So, question of the day: what can I do to make certain features stand out within my home? Based on that question, I'm going to assume, and that's what I base this around, is you're wanting to highlight something that's inside the house. Now, I've kind of covered a similar topic like this before, but not from this aspect. Because let's face it, your home is your home. Your home's a looker. You want to make it stand out and make certain features just pop and grab the attention. Or, maybe you're afraid to, because you're afraid of, a lot of people joke about being afraid to do too much to their house because they're afraid their taxes will go up. Others will, from what I've understood, what I heard, making their friends or neighbors jealous, because it puts them in that status of keeping up with the Joneses kind of deal. Or maybe you just need some ideas on how to make your home's more interesting features a little more obvious to visitors. Whatever the case, there's plenty of ideas to highlight your home's positive features. Today we're going to cover just 3 simple ways and ideas to highlight your home's best features. So the first one is going to be painting to perfection. I think we all know by now, I've mentioned this, joked about it plenty of times. I am not allowed to paint in my house. The only thing that I'm allowed to do is prime and tape everything off. My wife says it's for obvious reasons, because she doesn't like the way I paint. I mean, ultimately, paint ends up on the wall. I don't see the big deal. She does. So we agree to disagree. But this is one of the ways for your home's best feature to shine. Now, there's different methods to make it happen. Plus, simple painting doesn't require a professional to do it. Now, depending on what type of concept or theme that you're going for, may consider hiring a professional, because number one, it's going to free up your time, and secondly, it may result in a better overall kind of a big picture vision than what you're able to create. Unless you're a creative person, artistic person, then it may work out for you. I am not. I think we all know that by now. So that's why, I always bring up the the option of hiring a professional. So this is one of the easiest ways to do this with paint is by simply adding an accent wall. Uh, an accent wall's location or color can affect how well it does the job. So, for example, if you have a wall or a desired feature, it's safe to assume that will make a great accent wall. What you can also do as far as accenting and highlighting besides a wall, you could paint the inside of your bookcase or alcove different color than what the main wall is. So whatever the bookcase is or that recessed alcove area is, painting that a different color is another way to give a little contrast, depth, and just a different look to it. What I've also seen and heard people do is either paint or draw out certain details of the interior or exterior trim. For example, on inside of your house, if your millwork is pretty basic, pretty simple, then a white or neutral color can be a great addition because this is going to give it that clean and attention grabbing look that you're going to be wanting. So maybe you have a little more advanced or a little fancier millwork. You can use different colors to offset the trim's different levels and its details. So that's something to consider as well. Number 2, light it up. Really, even easier than paint is to highlight something. What do you guys remember about car dealerships in the 80s, 90s? Well, here people think of the spotlight specials that they used to have, and they would shine a spotlight and you could see it from all over town. So there's no easier way to highlight something than to actually put a spotlight on it. For example, if you have a mantelpiece, point a spotlight directly on it. This is going to grab the attention, especially after dark and at night with people driving by, and if you have your windows open. Spotlights, you can even include track lights in this as well, because the track lights have individual mini spotlights that you can point in different directions to highlight this. So these are going to be great for art, murals, bookcases, alcoves, whatever the case may be. Just be aware that if it's in close proximity to window, it may not have that wow factor or that attention grabbing, because people's eyes may gravitate more towards the window or outside than focus on what you're wanting to. Other option with lighting is some type of accent lighting. Lately, people use LED strips or rope lights, and they put those on the underside of cabinets, above cabinets, around mirrors, or even trim pieces or cutouts in certain rooms. And that just brings more focus to things that you're after, and that you're going for that attention grabbing in whatever room that you're looking for. And finally, the third option is to make some more space. Sounds pretty simple. Maybe it's doable. Maybe it's not. Depends on your house. So another great way to draw attention to items in your home, get rid of a bunch of other stuff in the house. So your issue is you may have too many great or interesting collectibles or items in one room. What happens is you get kind of a visual overload or overwhelm your friends, your neighbors, your guests, whoever is coming through. So instead of storing all of your collectibles that you want to show off at one time in one big display case or multiple display cases, just pick a few of your favorites. By picking a few of your favorites and putting some more space in between them, this actually leaves some negative space, so it gives more contrast of the item versus the space. So that space will really make that item stand out and seem like it's highlighted because there's less in there or less on display. You could even do the same with furniture. So if you have excessive accent pieces or pictures, this may be more detail than what somebody's eyes and mind can just take in. So there's a lot to be said for decluttering your house if you want certain furniture or accent pieces to stand out. So what I would recommend is the pieces that you want to keep in that room need to mimic or have a similar feature or style in common with whatever piece you're wanting to accent. Anything that doesn't have that is a different style, doesn't share that feature, or seems to clash with the accent piece that you want, simply just remove it, because it could draw negative or undesired attention from the piece that you're actually wanting to highlight. So that's it. Those are the simplest three items, or simplest three ways to highlight your home's features. Again, number one, painting. You could paint an accent wall or something to grab attention, like a bookcase or some type of recessed area in the wall to make it stand out. Even paint or highlight your trim. Option number two, light it up. Simply by putting a spotlight or some type of light on an item is going to draw people's attention to it. Their eyes are directly going to go there, as long as it's not too close to a window, because you may get a reflection, or it may just naturally take their eyes outside and away from the item you want focused on indoors. And then, of course, number three, making more space by reducing the amount of items that are either on display or furniture or accent pieces that are in a room. By removing some of that, you create that negative space, which gives it a contrast, whether it's antiques on display or certain furniture that you have arranged and want to show off your accent pieces. So that's it. It is that simple. If you guys have any questions about real estate in general, please feel free to message me wherever you're listening to this. I would love to be your real estate resource, answer your questions for you. And again, I use those questions not only to get answers for you, but use those for video content like this one. And I do these Monday through Friday, every single week. Keep those questions coming. This is what allows me to continually do this, going on a little over a year now. So I love doing it. I hope you guys love watching these, listening to these. If you have questions, please feel free to just drop it in the comment wherever you're listening to this. Doesn't matter if it's Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever. Drop it. It'll get to me. And I will see y'all tomorrow for Red Friday. So thanks for watching the Hot List with Matt Johnson, Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. Y'all have an awesome day, and tune back in tomorrow.